Elias Grant's fingers trembled as he stood outside our mother's bedroom door, clutching a crumpled letter. "She's gone, and I killed her," he whispered, voice cracking. He didn't know I was standing behind him, alive, watching him grieve the sister he thought he had lost forever. That was the moment my heart broke. The room felt cold as he collapsed to the floor, whispering my name like a confession he hoped no one would ever hear. His guilt, his secret, his pain, everything was written in that letter he believed would never reach me. When I finally stepped out of the shadows, he looked at me like I was a ghost returning for answers he wasn't ready to give. I held the letter he wrote, the one he thought was buried with my memory, and said his name softly. The shock in his face wasn't fear. It was something deeper, something he had been hiding long before I disappeared. I told viewers, my name is Leora Grant. Subscribe, because this story is just beginning. Elias tried to hug me, but I stepped back. The house that once felt safe now felt like a maze of secrets. He began explaining why he wrote the letter, but every sentence sounded like half the truth. The more he talked, the more questions grew in my chest like thorns. Why did he think he lost me forever? Why did he blame himself? And why did he hide the letter instead of giving it to someone who could find me? I returned to my old room and found it untouched, except for a locked drawer under my bed. Elias insisted it was nothing, but the way he blocked the drawer with his foot told me otherwise. That drawer was the first clue. Something about my disappearance wasn't an accident. Someone knew exactly where I had gone, and why Elias thought I wouldn't return. The next morning, a stranger arrived at the house asking for me. Elias panicked and dragged me to the backyard, saying he would explain everything later. His fear wasn't for me, it was of the man at the door. I pressed him for answers, but he only said, "Don't trust anyone who comes looking." Then he slipped and admitted, "Not even me." Later that night, I broke into the locked drawer. Inside, I found photographs of me, recent ones. Pictures taken during the months I was missing. Someone had been watching me. Someone had followed me. Elias had known. That was the second betrayal. He caught me holding the pictures and finally cracked, whispering, "I was trying to protect you from the truth, from myself." The next twist hit when he revealed the truth about the letter. He hadn't written it out of guilt, he wrote it because he thought someone would kill me if he didn't disappear from my life. But he couldn't stay away. He had followed clues too. He had seen shadows around our house. He had overheard conversations with my name in them. He believed he had dragged me into danger. I confronted him, but before he could explain further, the stranger from earlier returned. This time he didn't knock, he barged in, calling Elias a liar and a thief. The man claimed Elias had taken something valuable the night I disappeared. Something that belonged to him. What he said next made my blood freeze, "Your sister was the price." Elias lunged at him, shouting that he never wanted me involved. But the stranger dropped another bomb, he had proof Elias had sent him to retrieve me months ago. I ran, overwhelmed, hiding in the attic where I found a second letter, one Elias had written to someone else. It spoke of a deal gone wrong, of violence, of fear. And of me being used as leverage. When I confronted Elias again, he finally told the truth. He used to work for a dangerous group. He owed them. They threatened him. And when he tried to protect me, the situation spiraled out of control. He thought keeping me away would save me. He thought letting the world think I vanished would keep the danger from coming closer. But I wasn't the only one returning with secrets. The stranger revealed that my disappearance wasn't just about Elias's debt, it was about me. I had information I didn't realize was valuable, something I had witnessed the night everything changed. Elias begged me to remember. The memories came in flashes of voices, a symbol, a car, the sound of someone calling my name before everything went dark. As the truth unraveled, I discovered that the letter Elias wrote was actually a confession to himself, not me. A plea for forgiveness he never intended me to read. But the bigger twist came when our mother's old friend, Mrs. Rowan, arrived and admitted she had known where I was all along. She kept me hidden for my own protection. From Elias. From his enemies. From myself. Then came the final blow. Elias wasn't the one who caused my disappearance. He wasn't the villain I thought he was. The real enemy was someone closer, our Uncle Damon. He orchestrated everything, controlling Elias through threats, manipulating the stranger, and using me as leverage to pressure Elias into doing his bidding. When Damon finally confronted us, he revealed the truth behind the letter. It was never meant for me, it was meant to break Elias. To make him believe he was responsible for losing me. To trap him in guilt so he could be controlled forever. But I stepped forward, holding the letter that had once broken him, and said, "You failed. I'm still here." Elias stood beside me. Not perfect, not innocent, but finally free of secrets. We confronted Damon with evidence gathered from the photos, the letters, and the memories I had pieced together. Damon panicked. His empire of lies crumbled. In the end, Elias fell to his knees, not in guilt this time, but in relief. "I thought I lost you forever," he whispered. I placed the letter in his hand and replied, "You didn't lose me. You just forgot I know how to find my way back." The story ended not with revenge, but with truth reclaiming its place. And for the first time, Elias and I walked out of the house together, toward a life no one could steal from us again.